Good evening, friends. I'm back. It's day 25 of a Poem a Day for 2026, and that makes it Sunday, the 25th of January. I hope that you all kept well while I was away for a few days, and I hope you enjoyed the variety of poetry that we had that I prepped for you on Thursday to tide us over the weekend. I am absolutely shattered. It's about 7:10, so I'm recording just before we're due to go out at past. I got home mid to late afternoon, had some bits to do, and now I'm doing this ahead of potentially some more roller derby admin, and then a very quiet evening. I don't have work tomorrow. I've got the day booked off, and I'm very thankful for that. For any of those of you who may be roller derby fans, or may have been intrigued by me talking about it over the last few videos, the games that I was announcing at, commentating at yesterday, I believe are available to watch back. That international roller derby over on Tyneham Fears YouTube page. It's a Newcastle team were hosting the stream. Myself and a very good friend, Painbow, were doing the first two games, and two excellent announcers, Walter Fight and Eek, were doing the second two games. It's definitely worth a look if you are interested and want to hear me talking in quite a different way. But that's not what we're here for. We are here for some wonderful poetry. So, without further ado, let us slip into the big red book and see what's in store for us today. Okay, so wonderful stuff. We have a poem entitled To a Mouse by Robert Burns, and our blurb reads as follows. 25th of January is Burns Night, a celebration of the life and works of the 18th century Scottish poet Robert Burns, most famous to us for the New Year's Eve song Auld Lang Syne. Burns was so popular in his life that there were fan clubs set up in his honour, and the tradition of toasting his memory, started in these Burns clubs. On this night, Scots eat haggis, drink whisky, toast the lassies and the laddies, and recite Burns' verse. This poem gives us the expression, the best laid plans of mice and men, which we use to describe how even well-made plans go wrong. So this is To a Mouse by Robert Burns. On turning up in her nest with the plough, November 1785. We slick it, cowrin, timorous beastie, oh, what a panic's in thy breastie. Thou needna start away sae hasty, we bicker and brattle. I wad be laith to rain a chase thee, wi' murder, ring and prattle. I'm truly sorry man's dominion has broken nature's social union, and justifies that ill opinion which makes thee startle at me, thy poor earth-born companion and fellow mortal. I doubt nae whittles, but thou maid thieve. What then, poor beastie, thou maun leave? A Damien icker in thou in Eithrave. Some Sims request I'll get ye blessin' with a leave, and never missed. Thy wee beast housie to in ruin is it's silly was the winds are strewn, and naething now to big a new un. A foggin frae green, a bleak December's winds a sewin, breath snell a keen. Thou saw the fields lie bare a waste, and weary winter coming fast. A cosy here beneath the blast, thou thought to dwell till crash the cruel coulter passed out through thy cell. That wee bit a heap o' leaves a stibble has cost thee money a weary nibble. Now thou's turned out for aye the trouble, but house o' howled to thou the winter's sleety dribble, and crowned cold. But mousie thou alt know the lane, improving foresight may be vain. The best laid schemes o' mice and men gang aft algee, and leeest naught but grief or pain for promised joy. Still thou art blest compared wi' me, the present only toucheth thee, but och, I backward cast my e'e on prospects drear, and forward though I canna see, I guess and fear. There aren't many pieces that I will dip into an accent for, or do a voice for, although I am very fond of voices and accents. But due to the nature of the dialect of a lot of Burns's work, I believe it does it a disservice to not at least attempt to throw in a Scottish accent, and I hope that I've not been disrespectful in that case, and I hope it's maybe added a little something, and I do love that piece. I am familiar with To a Mouse, and actually on the subject of roller derby, an old housemate of mine was a woman on the first team that I was associated with. She was Scottish, and at one year our training session fell on Burns Night, and as everybody was we'd had a warm up, and then everybody was stretching ahead of the session, and she said, with it being Burns Night, she was like, I wondered if anybody would mind if I shared a poem, and everybody was fully on board, and she gave a reading of To a Mouse, and it was absolutely beautiful, and it was fantastic, and it was wonderful for her to share some of her heritage with us. Felt very honoured, and I love the vision that the whole poem conjures up of this potentially large lumbering man having a conversation with this tiny little mouse and apologising for ruining her home. I think it's just a wonderful poem. It's just great. So yeah, I'm very happy that to have been able to share that with you this evening, friends. I saw over the weekend that I've had a few comments and reactions, and while I am settling in and resting this evening, I will be responding to those. So thank you all so much for for reaching out and um, sharing your views with me. Please do keep doing so. I really do appreciate it. And I'd love to know what you think of this evening's piece and my approximation of a Scottish accent. So yeah, I am now going to go and finish off my tasks for this evening so that I can finally get some rest. And I hope that you are also able to have a restful Sunday evening, whatever you're doing. Thank you for being here, friends. Please don't forget how loved you are.